Today on Unboxing Live, we're going to open up the Nintendo Wii U Deluxe Set. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome to Unboxing Live. I'm Andrew Edwards, and this is the show that brings you vicarious thrills through opening new gear. And today we have the Nintendo Wii U Deluxe Set. As we said earlier, the Deluxe Set is one of two models available. You have the Deluxe Set here, which has a bunch of extra things that we'll go over as we're opening the box. There's also the Basic Set, which is a little cheaper and also a different color. It's a white version, like the original Wii, versus this black model that you get in the Deluxe Set. So we're going to open it up and go through all of these things. Nintendo, again, is the first one out of the gate with a next-generation home console. The Xbox 360 was released about 8 years ago, as was the PlayStation 3. And those are still the top consoles from Nintendo and Sony. Meanwhile, Nintendo, we'll get in here and pull this out. Meanwhile, Nintendo has graduated from the Wii and moved on to Wii U. Just looking here, I believe this is the console, but I'm not positive. Feels like it. This console features the GamePad controller and sells for $349.99. Again, that's for the Deluxe Set that we have here. You can also go with the Basic Set for the white console for $299.99. So here is the Wii U console. That's what it looks like there. That's the front. On the side you have some vents for fans. Same thing on top. Along the back you'll see you have multiple USB ports, sensor bar port. For the first time on a Nintendo console in history, you've got the HDMI out because the Wii U actually supports 1080p. Anyway, those are your ports right there. As you can see, it's a glossy black, shiny, and just by looking at it, we can tell that this is going to get very dusty. It's going to have a lot of fingerprints on it. Maybe not too many fingerprints on it because you set it up once and you're not going to touch it again, but it's certainly going to attract a lot of dust. So I'm not sure why they went with glossy black instead of a matte black, but there you have it. Just pull all of this plastic off to get to the console. The Wii U is backwards compatible with almost all Wii games and Wii accessories, so you can use your Wii remotes that you've already purchased years ago, your nunchuck controllers, your video games that you have for the Wii. They should all pretty much all work with the Wii U console. Let's put that aside for a moment and get to this other piece. This is the other major piece of the Wii U console that sets it apart. This is the GamePad. The GamePad features an 854 by 480 display. So there's a display there, 16 by 9, 6.2 inches diagonally. As you can see, it's a controller, so you have all your control buttons here, your X, Y, B, A, select, start, your two thumbsticks, analog, your home button, camera right there on the top, so you can monitor yourself, track yourself, take pictures of yourself. It has a speaker built in, so there's a volume slider there. Here you see an IR port. This is also a remote control, so even when you're not playing the Wii U, you can actually use this to control your TV. Turn your television on, change the channel. You can use this, and you can use this display to watch TV. If you have a TiVo, for example, this will show you all of your recorded content, so you can just take this with you into, I don't know, the bathtub or a room where you don't have a television and watch your TV here. You can also play games on this. You can put a game into the Wii U, supported games, into the Wii U, use this to turn it on. Someone else can be watching a show on TV and you use this screen to play the game that you have inside the console. It's very unique and different. Same thing with Netflix, Hulu, and YouTube. All of those things are supported here. Some of those TV functions will not be released for about a couple of weeks, maybe 2 weeks from today's date. They'll be available fully in December. Here on back you see you have some trigger buttons. These are all digital trigger buttons. None of these are analog, which is a little disappointing, but There you go. When using the gamepad, it'll last for about 3.5 hours on a full charge. And after 3.5 hours, if you want to charge it again to full, it'll take about 2.5 hours to get to another full charge. So that's one thing to keep in mind when using the gamepad. There's a stylus here for use on the display. It is a resistive display, not a capacitive display, so it senses pressure rather than just simple touch like an iPhone or a smartphone or something of that nature. So one thing you might be able to use this for is, let's just say you were playing a game of Pac-Man. One person could be Pac-Man with this, and they're controlling it, and they can see the entire map. And 3 other people can be looking at the TV, and they can be ghosts, and they can only see a little portion of the map each, and they're all trying to find the Pac-Man, the person who has this that can see the entire map, trying to avoid the ghosts. So there's a lot of things you can do with a gamepad controller where one person has a different display than everyone else is looking at. So that is the gamepad. And again, if you got the basic set, you'll have the same thing here, gamepad and Wii U console, but they'll be white instead of black. And they'll probably look a lot less dusty. But you won't get all the included packets that you get with the deluxe set. By the way, before I put that box down, here you see on the front, the deluxe model includes NintendoLand. That's a game that you typically pay $60 for. That's packed in. And it also includes the Nintendo Deluxe Digital Promotion. So 2 things about those. First, if you want NintendoLand and you want to buy a basic set, the basic set costs $50 less than this, and then you'd pay $60 for NintendoLand, or you can just pay the extra $50, get the deluxe version, and have NintendoLand thrown in, saving yourself $10. Secondly, the Digital Deluxe promotion is only for buyers of the deluxe console, and what that means is when you purchase anything online through the Nintendo Wii U console from the Nintendo Store, apps or games, promotion, you get 10% in points for every transaction. So in other words, if you spend $50, you're going to get yourself 500 points, and each point is worth a penny. So you spend $50, you get 500 points back. You can exchange those 500 points for $5 in credit. So it's a nice, it's not that much, it's 10%, but it's still a lifetime of 10% off purchases when using the Wii U if you buy the deluxe console. So if you plan on buying a lot of online, apps, again, games or whatever for the Wii U system, the deluxe console might be the way to go. Of course, it's going to be difficult to find for a while, but if you can find one, it'll save you some cash in the long run. Okay, also packed in, NintendoLand. This is the, again, this will cost you $60. It's included with the deluxe version. And this game is basically this basically shows off what Wii U can do. They released this game specifically to show you what Wii U can do, kind of like when they released Wii Sports with the original Wii console. It had all sorts of different sports that showed you and trained you how to use the Wii Remote. These games in NintendoLand will train you how to use and get familiar with the gamepad. So that's in there. You've got plenty of reading paraphernalia here, a quick start guide to how to get things set up, how to configure your system, a full-on operating manual, other languages, quick start guides in other languages. It's not the most exciting stuff. Nintendo was nice enough to throw in an HDMI cable. Again, this is the first Nintendo console to ever support 1080p high definition. And to do that, you need HDMI. Most people don't include these in there. You have to get your own cable. Nintendo threw one in there for you. That's very nice. Here you have the gamepad stand. So if you wanted to watch something on the gamepad, you just take that stand and see which direction this goes in. I'm not sure. I assume it's like that. There you go. So you put it in there like that. You can watch, just have that in front of you while you watch something, or, it's probably not going to be the most comfortable thing to play in, unless you're using something that's touch-based, but it's thrown in there, a little stand for the gamepad. Additionally, you have this pair of stands for the console itself. Take these 2 things here, you line it up. The console has 2 little notches that stick out, little nubs. You just line those up like so. Similar here, and then if you'd rather have it on its side instead of on its, that way, you have it vertically, there you go. You can put that in your home entertainment theater system like this. I don't know if you can tell there, but there's already dust. There's already fingerprints all over the place. Maybe you can't see that in the camera, but it's only been open for a few minutes and it's already getting dirty. Come on, Nintendo. Who does that? Next, this is the GamePad charger. So you're going to plug in there. You're going to connect that to the power, and then you're going to use this to charge the GamePad. So you just, whenever you want to charge it, stick it right on there, and it'll charge. That's it. Again, from a completely empty battery, it's going to take 2.5 hours to charge it back to full completely. You can also charge this directly right here. You just plug it in, so if you want to play with it while it's charging, you can do so as well. Put that to the side. This is the new sensor bar, similar to the original that you have with Wii. Nintendo has the sensor bar here because, again, the Wii U is compatible with your Wii remotes, your Wii Motion Plus, and most other accessories that came with the console. And I'm looking at this right now, and just by looking at it, yeah, it even says Wii sensor bar on there. So it's not even, this is the exact same thing. It's the Wii sensor bar. It just works with the Wii U console as well. Nothing's changed there. This is some of the more boring stuff. Your AC adapters for plugging things in. So there you go. This one is for, I'm not sure which, but we'll see. See if we plug it in there. Alright, so this one will charge your GamePad, and alternatively, you can plug that into there. So you always have a charging crate. Plug that in, plug it into the wall, just leave it wherever you need to leave it, and put the GamePad on there. Probably next to your couch, because it'll be more convenient to have the GamePad next to you than far away, since this also can act as a remote control for your television. And this is the AC adapter for the console. Similar. Take the Wii U, turn it around. Yellow plugs into yellow. Like that. Plug it in. And you do that once and you're done. And that's it. That's all that we have in the box. And actually, this confirms it here. We've had the Wii U console, 32 gigabytes. The basic model is only 8 gigabytes. The GamePad, the AC adapters for each, an HDMI cable, sensor bar, the GamePad dock, the GamePad charger, the Wii U stand, and the NintendoLand game. We've gone through all that stuff here. The thing about Nintendo is that they're all about gimmicks. They're all about the one gimmick. When they launched Wii, it was all about the wireless controls with the remote, the motion. With Wii U, it's all about the GamePad. Knowing that usually means that Nintendo's games are probably going to be superior to the third-party games that are going to come out. So if you want something good, you probably want to pick up something like NintendoLand, made by Nintendo. Super Mario Bros. U is by Nintendo. Anything Nintendo makes for its own console is probably going to be pretty superior to what other people make for the console, because they will see this more as a gimmick where Nintendo really wants to integrate it and make it awesome. But that's pretty much it. As we said, it is backwards compatible with Wii. One thing you're going to want to do if you do have a Wii is transfer over your game save files, and that's not going to be the easiest. Well, it'll be okay. You want to put an SD card or something into your Wii, pull all those save files off there, and then put it into here. Let me find, let me open this up. There you go. So there you go. You just put the SD card right in there. Transfer those files over so that you have all your game saves, because otherwise you're going to be starting over, and some of those Zelda games take a heck of a long time to get through. You also have 2 other USB ports in there, as well as the 2 on the back. Also on front here, you have your sync button to sync the GamePad, you eject, and your power button right there on front. That's pretty much it. And so yeah, that's it for the Nintendo Wii U. That's the deluxe set. It's available now. If you can find one, it's going to be pretty difficult to find between now and the holiday season. They're going to go very quickly. If you find one and you want one, snatch it up. $349.99 for the deluxe set. $299.99 if you want the basic model. We really only recommend that for someone who is a light gamer. They're not going to be downloading things. They're not going to be buying things from the store. They're not going to want to have a lot of storage capacity on here. Although, if you're super rich and you just don't want fingerprints on here for some reason, get the basic model and then buy all the other stuff, because this is a dust and fingerprint magnet already. Anywho, that's it for this edition of Unboxing Live. Tune in next time for more vicarious thrills to opening new gear. I'm Andrew Edwards.